So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video on camera edition. I am so happy to be back on screen. I had a little break. I've been on vacation. I went to Toronto. It was super fun, but I'm here to give you guys some random hot topics and just talk about a whole bunch of different things. A few announcements before we get started. I did just come back from Toronto. It was super fun. So I do want to thank all of you that helped me kind of prepare for my trip. I know I've been asking questions about party buses and what clubs to go to and different attractions. And I went to everything that you all recommended. I went to the Toop Lounge Afrobeats nightclub and it was super lit. We all had a great time. It was like almost 30 of us in the section and it was a great time. Like, I really don't go out to the club, but this was one of those things where we definitely were like, let's do some nightlife, and we had a good time. So thank y'all for that. CN Tower was amazing, as well as the Rec Room Arcade Center. So thank you to all of my Toronto, Canada subscribers and all the ladies that I met while in Toronto. It was super fun. I really appreciate it and I really hope to come back. My second announcement is that I have finally posted on my vlog channel. It's been like 4 years and I finally started posting again, and I also vlogged my Toronto trip, so I have a lot more content coming up, and this summer is kind of jam-packed, so I do have a lot of content to film so y'all can see what I'm doing in my personal life. So this isn't necessarily a new chapter, but it's kind of like a renewed chapter if anything, because I did vlog all through college and now it's 4 years later and we're back vlogging. So please subscribe to my vlog channel. It is called Chioma's Chat Room. I have one vlog that's already up there. I will link it and pin it down below so that you guys can check me out, and make sure you turn on your notifications so you can be ready for my next vlog. So getting into today's video, we're going to be talking about another set of random topics, just random things I've seen trending on social media. Y'all already know how I do. I want to hear from y'all and y'all's opinions. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the first thing I want to discuss is this whole pop the balloon YouTube dating show trend that went viral with this specific contestant named Aaron the Plumber. Now this was all over TikTok. It was viral. Everybody was talking about it. It made the Shade Room. It made all the major blogs. The show is interesting because you go on there and there's a group of men or a group of women and they bring out single bachelors or bachelorettes and you pop the balloon based off of their answers, their look, their appearance, what they're wearing, all of that. And people say that this is like humiliation, and I do kind of get it, but I feel like this is the same thing as MTV's Next that we used to watch back in the day. And I love the Next show. I mean, it was just raw reality TV back then. I feel like it's literally the same exact concept, because you go, you blindly date somebody, you can either pass them or kind of hear what more they have to say based on their looks, their profession, you know, maybe your own personal dating history, and then you get to choose if you want to stay with them or not. The contestant can also choose whether they want to pop your balloon, and I don't know, I find it entertaining. I think it's funny, but some people just say this is below the bar and it's humiliating and whatnot. I get it. However, in this case, it kind of was. So Aaron the Plumber is one of the most recent contestants on one of the most recent episodes, and he just comes on there with this BDE energy, even though he's definitely a short king. Like, he was definitely looking real, I want to say like 5'6", 5'7". I'll give him 5'8" at the most. Now, I'm a tall girl, so I could come for people. Okay, no offense to the short guys out there, but I feel like women's preference is a taller man. At least for me, I'm 5'10", my man is 6'6", so I like him tall. But in this case, you could tell that his overt arrogance and confidence was kind of him having to make up for the fact that he is shorter, and that isn't really a preference for most girls, short or tall. That notwithstanding, he came on there with this energy. Let's check out the clip.
Welcome. I'll have you hold this. All right, if we can have your name.
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 29.
29, okay.
Yes.
And what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
Okay, very cool.
Yes.
And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker, being promiscuous, not cleanly, don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay. All right. So we did get a pop balloon. Let's go ahead and go on over there and see what's going on.
Yes.
For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry, or I wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay. Yeah. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
The comment you made, didn't really, I like a more humble person. That's the one that responds, so defensive-ish. Yeah, that's really it.
I'm Lex and I'm 23, and I pop my balloon because I feel like you could be a tad bit disrespectful. I don't know, arrogant a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, just that.
Well, voicing my opinion is not arrogant, but thank you. You did me a favor as well.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You know, women I deal with, they don't have hair on their arms.
Don't do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't
Queen.
do too much.
You know, I don't like that. That's all I was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body parts,
you just wasn't looking at my eyes.
What it is.
That's
No, I was
all
looking at the hair on your
Anyways,
arms, Queen.
she asked me the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much,
Well,
though.
you're not qualified, baby.
Alright,
so that's all good.
My name is Jacqueline. I'm 25. I popped because I have hair on my arms.
Hey, just because you got hair on your arms, that's okay, though, Queen. You look phenomenal, though.
Thank you.
You know, she ain't fit to my liking. She ain't even fit to. Hey, excuse me, Queen. I'm talking to this woman right here. Oh, well, I could look anyway. I could look anyway. I could look any way I want to. I'm not interested in. You got more hair on your arms than me, baby. But anyway.
I'm not gonna get my balloon back.
Okay.
Do we still have 2 balloons?
No. My name is Kayla. I'm 23. Originally, I was not gonna pop my balloon because I know a lot of them popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. But to me, I like my man that's not gonna sit in every girl's face and, you know, complimenting them, you know? So I didn't find that offensive to me. But then with me, you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy just a little bit. And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm gonna get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it. The way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home, and it's just not giving anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
So I do real estate and property management.
I live downtown.
So what you do
I live downtown. I stay by myself, Queen. You know, and you're not even qualified to be even dealing with me.
You say everybody not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
and
ain't
the one
my
that
type.
you wanted popped
if I seen, that's fine.
So
that is totally fine.
Okay.
But one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Get this man
you can't do that. You can't do that though, baby. Yeah, in a real way. You can't do that though, Queen.
Now, after rummaging through his Instagram page that I'm on right now, this did not work out for him. He went viral and people found that he was very disrespectful and condescending, which to me, to be honest, he was. But I also feel like the premise of the show is picking whether you want to be with that person based off of things that are also superficial, but also things that matter. I feel like the girls up there were definitely not his speed based off of looks. But then also, I feel like he was not the girl's speed based off of his look and the way how he presented himself. I just kind of feel like after looking at this, it didn't work for him. Like he didn't come up with a whole bunch of followers or anything. Now, the reaction to all of this is that he is a plumber and he did get fired from his job or whatever company he was working with. And I think it comes from the whole idea of him saying like, oh, I could pull out 100,000 right now, which is mad corny, mad lame. Like nobody wants to hear that. Show me 100,000, show me 10,000. I feel like scammers say that and lame guys say that. Like flexing your money is cool to some girls, but to most women that are looking for a viable partner, it just isn't the flex that most girls want. Like you can show that you're a wealthy man or you have it together without having to prove and tell people what's in your bank account. Nonetheless, I don't think that he should have been fired. Like I get it. He was condescending. He did come for the girls' hairy arms. He did say that people were not qualified. He thought he could just be like doing too much. So if the majority demographic that's watching this content are women and you kind of disrespected a lot of women up there and you were doing too much to the point where the one girl, Kayla, definitely ripped him to shreds, which was kind of well deserved, then he should have known that the backlash was coming. And is it me or is one of his arms bigger than the other? Like I swear I was looking at somebody that looks like they only do biceps and curls on one arm and the other arm gets neglected. But anyway, I don't like his look. I'm not into the bodybuilder, super fitness, tatted up look. That's not my look at all. I prefer me somebody that's a lot more slender, taller, and has a lot more humility to them. I, again, don't think he should have been fired from his job because I feel like calling his job to get him unemployed is too far. However, I feel like that's what happens when you clout chase and you think that you can get away with being disrespectful and humiliating, especially to Black women. A lot of times Black women may be like divided and we don't always act like a union with one another, but I feel like collectively there are certain things that Black women do stand on business about, and it is like disrespect from a man who we feel as though should not be saying the things that they're saying. Looking at him, he's not the most attractive to me. I hate to say it because I know I'm gonna get dragged, but his height, And then just like his whole entire attitude was just so off-putting. And I feel like that's why a lot of women banded together to call him out as well as get him fired from his job. I hope he learned his lesson. Looking at his Instagram page, he did say they be doing all that to keep a black man down. I'll have to start my own business now. Hashtag very qualified. I feel like he's still trying to push this whole like, let me be an influencer now. Let me take this situation that I went viral and get followers, but it's not going to work. You went too far and you did too much. I'm glad he's now back employed. Maybe you can pull out 100,000, but all in all, I was turned off by him. Although I don't feel like he deserved to lose his job, I do think that the backlash that he got was well deserved. Now, moving on to my next topic, Kylie Jenner, who is this business, Instagram, social media billionaire, allegedly, basically breaks down on the Kardashians Hulu show because people have been coming for her looks. And she says that this is the first time that she's ever cried about it or broken down about it. And people were just not moved. Let's check out the clip.
Just like, why do people think it's okay to talk about me? It's like therapy. You know, when you're in therapy and you start talking about something. Like, I've never cried about this before, but I guess it does affect me.
It's okay. It would affect anyone.
And then I'll see some comments and it's like, or some people be like, this is really mean, and defend me. Like, why are we talking about her looks?
Yeah.
It's 2024. And then I'll see other comments like, because she did it to herself. She up her face, she has so much surgery. And I'm like, even if I did get so much surgery and I have this and I got all these things, I still don't think it's okay to talk about someone's looks.
I agree.
People have been talking about my looks since I was 12, 13. Yeah. Before I even got lip filler, people talk about my looks. Yeah. So it's like, and it's just so hurtful. I look old. I see it under every post.
I'm not even just saying this. You've never looked younger and you've never looked better.
Thank you. I think that I'm really strong and I was put in this position for a reason. I do think of myself as a confident person. I'm like so grateful, so blessed that I can wake up and look in the mirror and like what I see and think that I'm beautiful. I'm also human and there's only so much someone can take.
Considering we're not gonna change anyone's opinions or minds, no matter how much we talk about it, everyone's gonna think I've had a full facial reconstruction and so have you. Like, nobody's gonna think differently. It's just like, I think it's become like our family's been, you know, in the industry for a long time and it's never stopped. So I think it's like, sadly, it's something that we just have to like really grow tough skin on.
I always keep it pushing. I have to. Like, I cannot let the comments get me down. I have shit to do. Rise above.
So my thing is, I think Kylie is literally a victim of the same imagery that she has upheld and promoted for years. This girl was getting underage surgeries, and by underage, I mean, there's no reason for a teenager to be getting lip fillers, fillers of any sort, honestly, any cosmetic work. There's no reason for it. And her parents, in particular, her mother, allowed it because that was the whole brand that they had for the Kardashians, these beautiful women, these sirens, if you will. And she literally is a victim of the same imagery that she promoted. She could not uphold that unrealistic beauty because at the end of the day, nobody can. And now it's coming back to bite her in the tail. So with her crying, it's like, okay, I get it. There's mean comments, it's rude. You know, I can have like a little empathy, but at the same time, I think what it is people aren't praising Kylie the same way that they used to, especially about her looks. So now that she's not the it girl, or she's not as hyped up as she once was, or people kind of like called all of their bluffs, like the whole family, people aren't as mesmerized by the Kardashians anymore. Now that it's not working, she's now realizing and having this epiphany that, wow, I did all of that and I'm very young and it didn't work out for me. Like, it doesn't benefit me. She does look significantly older. Kylie and I are the same age and she does look significantly older than what she is. For her to be turning 27 soon, I would not give her 27. And that's not a dig, that's just the reality of what I'm seeing when I look at her. So she's crying with her sister Kendall, she's upset. I get it, but at the same time, Kylie, you have to take accountability for what you've caused. And I know in the last season, she did talk about like, yo, sisters, we have to take accountability of the beauty standards that we are setting. So maybe that is is why we saw her at that award show or that fashion show earlier this year with a lot less makeup, a little bit more natural. But at the same time, it's kind of like the damage has already been done. Some people were saying, Kylie, you're rich, like it doesn't matter, people are poor. And I don't think that money can buy the happiness that people are trying to say, like, hey, just forget about it, let it be water under a bridge. Like, no, money is not gonna buy her confidence back. Money actually ruined her confidence, which is why she went and spent all this money to get the procedures and the injections and the fillers, and now she's still not happy with it. I feel like this should be a tale to everybody, like literally a learning lesson to a lot of young women in your 20s, teenagers and 20s. Doing all of these cosmetic surgeries does not mean that you're going to feel more confident. People can say, go get that surgery, girl, or yes, I got that surgery, because it is promoted, especially by the female rappers or the Instagram models. And honestly, it's not just black girls that promote this. I do feel like the white girls do this too. They promote lip fillers more than anybody. And I think it goes to show that you're not necessarily going to be happy just because you went and spent a few hundred or a few $1,000s to alter your looks to fit a social media unrealistic reality that doesn't exist in everyday life. Because the reality is, Kylie went out of her way to look like her Kardashian sisters, her half sisters, before her body ever develops. I mean, you grow into your looks, you grow into your face, you grow into your features, and she did not even give herself a chance. I do get it that she is a human being and we can have empathy, but I just feel like the reality is a lot of people don't feel sorry for her because she knew what she was doing. Maybe she didn't have like a full grasp of the reality or the outcome, but she did know what she was doing. She lied about it and she prophetized exactly what she was doing. The Kylie Jenner lip kits sold out so fast when they dropped back in like 2015. So to see the fact that now the empire of the Kylie Jenner lip kit or Kylie Cosmetics isn't the rave that it once had. Kylie Jenner's in oblivion. She's struggling to find a lane. We don't hear from her as much. She isn't that it girl. She's not really relatable. I think she's just coming to terms with the fact that she had her highest moment and she's not gonna get that again. And now that she looks at herself every day, I'm not sure that she's accepting and liking the reflection that she sees in the mirror. This family made an empire off of people's insecurities. They literally shifted the standard of beauty. Whether they want to take accountability for it or not, they did. So I feel like I'm kind of 50-50 where I get it, she's human and it is kind of sad. But on the other end, I see what people are saying, that we can't really feel sorry for you because y'all really went heavy to not only put out this facade, but then when you were called out for it, then they tried to cover it up or make it seem like it's just okay when in reality it never was. I can say love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And I feel like that isn't really the best solution because all of that is words and mind over matter. All I can say is please, whatever you do when it comes to what you see on social media and these so-called it girls, stop idolizing them. You can admire their beauty, you can admire their fashion, you can be inspired by them, but do not idolize these people who are super fake, super contrived, and they literally put out artificial beauty, and it does do a lot of damage on young women and girls worldwide. Now, speaking of my last topic, it brings me to this topic, and it's about rapper Latto stating that she was pressured to get a BBL at a young age. Again, with these social media pressures or these image pressures for young women. I feel like young women between the ages of like 14, like 9th grade, freshman year of high school, all the way up to probably like literally 29, are a very delicate demographic when it comes to how we perceive ourselves, our body image, and so forth. And that is because the imagery that is put out for what is really popular, whether it's music, entertainment, or whatever, is usually young people within that demographic, and everybody kind of consumes that media. So let's listen to what Latto had to say about her being pressured to get a BBL at only 20 or 21 years old.
My body was salty. I gained a little weight, because I signed my deal when I was 21, when I had just turned 21. Actually, I wasn't even 21 yet. I was 20, about to be 21, when I signed my deal. And I was just having money and like living a whole new life, eating out. I know I'm a foodie, so now I have the funds to like feed this foodie in me and stuff. So I gained a little weight. And everybody on the internet was calling me bad body and stuff. So I feel like that played a role. I started being a little insecure about my body, I guess. And yeah, people were saying I'm built weird, but like looking back, I mean not weird, but it was like, oh, you built like yo white jeans. That was just saying some dumb shit. And I was just young and impressed.
Cause you never gonna be good enough for the outsider's eye.
That's true.
When I didn't have my surgery, they're like, oh, she's so bad bodied and she shaped like her white side. What the f do that even mean? For real, what do that even mean?
Oh my God.
And then when I got the surgeries, oh, she's washed. Oh, it's too heavy. It ages her.
You can never win.
You're never gonna win. So just find peace within yourself. Whatever you want to do, do that.
Now, I have to be real. I kind of feel like Latto did what she wanted to do, because she can say that people were commenting on her body, saying that she was bad built, but she was never bad built. Like, I don't remember Latto's body being bad built ever being a focus for people to talk about Latto. I think Latto just wanted to acquire what she needed to do that female rapper package and be successful. And it worked for her, but at the end of the day, like we know, there's side effects to that. I do find it very dangerous that a lot of women think that you have to acquire a certain look to be successful. I can say all of the same things I've said on this channel about, you know, love yourself, or don't idolize, or it's not worth it. But the reality is that trends are changing. Nowadays, everybody's on Ozempic, everybody's losing weight. Having a big old ghetto booty isn't in anymore. Having a super curvy Coke bottle figure 8 shape is not really the thing anymore either. So that whole thick culture and a Peterman and let's take this supplement to get thick and have a big booty, and you know, all of those things aren't even being promoted to us. Now people want to see a more slender, slim, thick, or just a skinny girl these days. So we're going back to like the early 2000s where, you know, being smaller was in. And so that's why I feel like you can't change your looks to fit a trend or a standard, because within 5-10 years, the next thing may happen. And I think now that people don't like to see the thicker woman as much as they used to, a lot of these rap girls or just any girl in the media that has changed their looks to fit that mold is coming out saying that they struggled with this or that. And I think what Latto is saying is true. You know, I don't necessarily not believe her. I do feel like she did what she wanted to do because she had the money to do it and she was young and influenced. But I don't think there was anybody in her corner to tell her like, no, you look fine. Because looking at her before and after pictures, I'm gonna pull them up. Looking at her pre-BBL, she looked good. Maybe these pictures are edited, but even so, she looked good. She could have just done a few squats or got in the gym and had the same exact body that she has now. I know she also has breast implants. I believe Latto has lip filler. I don't know. I don't want to put any information out there that isn't true, but I think she does. And I just kind of find it interesting that it gets some girls, but it doesn't get others. And maybe it gets them in certain ways. Like for example, Glorilla, she doesn't have a BBL and she always talking about how big her booty is. And I love that confidence for her, but she did go and get her breasts done, maybe because she wanted to feel more womanly, or maybe she just felt like she wanted a bigger bust. It was going to make her look better, whatever her reason was. But a lot of these women have work done. And I feel like the industry needs to have like an introspective look on really what they're pushing to a lot of these artists and young people, because now here it is 5-6 years later, between Kylie Jenner, Latto, and whomever else, they're realizing that they really gambled their life, being that all of these surgeries are life or death for an aesthetic. And it just sounds stupid, honestly. Like I can't even say anything like other than it sounds dumb. So I kind of empathize with, again, Latto or Kylie, but at the same time, I just kind of feel like a lot of these women perpetuate it anyway. It's not like your image now is, okay, I have a BBL, but I'm gonna lose weight and kind of wear less, or maybe wear the same, but not make my body the focus. You're still making it the focus of a lot of your content. So it's kind of, you know, up in the air. It's a little finicky for me to kind of empathize with all of their claims, but I do agree with the fact that a lot of them are pressured, and that a lot of people really do need to stay off the internet and have some self-confidence. Like, can we reinstill self-confidence and reassurance and telling young girls that they look okay? Because these iPads, these cell phones, the media, social media, TikTok, Instagram, it has done a number on young women, and I hate that for us. Now, I swear this video is about to be about beauty and body image, but there's another story that I want to talk about, and it's Instagram influencer Jayda responding to a girl who got a Jayda mole tattooed on her lip just to look like Jayda. Check this out.
I honestly hate how they're trying to troll her, because what's the difference in getting a mole on your lip than getting some boobs, or going to get some shots, or going to try a hairstyle? Like, listen, none of it even matters. Let people do what they wanted to. Oh, girl, they just mad because it's a black queen inspiring other black queens. I don't make the rules here, you know. I just, hey. And can y'all do me a favor and find the girl's Instagram, please? Because I would love to talk to her.
Honestly, I feel like Jayda is an airhead, and I like Jayda. I like her business. I like the fact that she's been doing it since she was young. I like the fact that she's kind of unapologetically who she is. Like, she's never really like lied about getting work done or anything like that. But I kind of feel like she comes off like an airhead sometimes, and it actually pisses me off, because like, I really want to like you, but you make me so mad at times, so many times. The whole let people do what they want argument is so annoying to me, because nobody's stopping anybody. The tea is people are doing what they want, and people are having opinions, because now we're seeing how detrimental what people doing what they want is God gave us all free will, so we can't stop people from doing what they want to do. But to say like, oh, they're just mad because it's another black queen and none of this really matters, but it does, Jayda, because you are one of the people, especially in the urban black space, that has perpetuated body image issues for a lot of women. Her and Ari were like the two top black urban female influencers from back in the day up until now, and a lot of girls went and got BBLs and lip injections and filler and thread lips and eyebrow lifts and all of these different things because y'all did it. Whether you told them to do it or not, because you guys are influential, that's why they did it. People wanted to mimic and emulate your entire lifestyle. Have a baller boyfriend, scammer, rapper boyfriend, athlete boyfriend, somebody that just has money and rich. And usually what we see is those types of men surrounded with these types of girls. And by these types of girls, I just mean their aesthetic. So if a girl is going out her way to add a permanent tattoo to her body so that she can look like you, I would have hoped that her response would have been like, look girl, you know, mine is natural and you can do what you want. However, I just kind of feel like this is a little bit much. Or she should have never said anything at all. I just kind of feel like parents need to start telling young girls even earlier than whatever we were told that none of this is okay. Like, I'm sorry, I can't agree to any of this. People are going to say like, oh, what's the difference between getting breast implants because somebody else got them? I saw somebody in the comments say that people were copying the Marilyn Monroe piercing or mole or whatever. And I get that, but people were doing that with like eyeliner. This girl went and permanently tattooed a mole on her lip because you have a mole on your lip. That is very specific to you. That's not just breast implants. That's not just lip filler. That's a specific beauty mark that you have in a very specific place. So I don't think that comparison is fair. Jayda and all of them are influencers, so they influence people. And I feel like there has to be some type of accountability from these ladies, but it doesn't seem like they do have accountability because they're the exception to the rule. They are the 1% where all of this worked out for them in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they didn't get the man or keep the man that they started with, but their brands are big, their pockets are full, and they're known in so many different spaces. Honestly, when people used to say, I want to be Jayda Wayda, I know that was the whole TikTok thing. He wasn't lying. Girls do want to be Jayda Wayda, and it's crazy. I will never defend this. That girl is a lunatic for getting a permanent tattoo of a mole that she didn't naturally have. Like, I literally have a mole right here and I got it removed for health reasons, but it would blow my mind if I blew up and I'm the next big thing and people are getting Queen Chioma chin or cheek moles on them tattooed. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, am I losing my mind, or are we living in a simulation? Like, what is going on? Honestly, this was a different level of weird, and I'm gonna just hit the same points I already hit. People just need to stop being influenced by things that are being detrimental to their whole entire psyche, their self-esteem, and their body. And there's gonna be a lot of women in a few years that regret a lot of this stuff. Let's wait and see, because I know for a fact it's coming down the pipeline. Now, my last story is about rapper Sexyy Red pretty much downing, disrespecting, criticizing 4C hair. And I wanted to talk about this because I feel like this is more about texturism than it is anything else. As a 4C girly myself, I have like 4B, 4C mix. It's in different parts of my head, but I still am a natural girl. I find it very questionable that a lot of times the black girls that have long natural hair always like to put down short hair or curlier hair or coarser hair or whatever you want to call it. So Sexyy Red posts a video of herself and she says, "You carpet hair beanie neck hoe could never." And as you can see, she has long luscious hair. It looks healthy. She looks like she has a fresh trim, and that truly is her natural hair. And then when people started calling her out, like, why are you calling people carpet hair? That's kind of racist and very texturist and very disrespectful. She then comes back and says, "I F with people with carpet hair, they cool, but if you talking ish, I'ma call you carpet hair. None against my fellow 4C hoochies." It didn't give, babe. It didn't. Bow, 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 bow. Gun ricochets, because it did not give, girl. Your gun just jammed. Bow, bow, bow. Nah, that was not it.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
I hate the fact that oftentimes this is a thing. There's a lot of black women who put a lot of pride in their hair, and I feel like we should, whether we have 3C, 4A, 4C, doesn't matter. Put pride in your hair. Be happy that you have the hair that you have. However, there is a demographic of black girls who like to use their hair length and their hair texture to put down other black girls that have, I guess you can say, stereotypical or typical black woman hair, whatever that may be. To me, this was not a flex, because it's like, you can just post your hair and say, I'm proud of my hair growth, my hair's been flourishing, here's my secret, or just, you know, post your hair and let people rave. We love to promote black hair that's healthy, and whether it's long, short, curly, straight, whatever, we love that. But for her to reference a certain hair texture as carpet hair, that's just like completely disrespectful. And let's like be real here. It wasn't the fact that she was just saying carpet hair. She meant 4C. Okay, she meant 4C hair. She was referring to carpet hair, 4C. I have silkier, straighter, longer, luscious hair, and y'all have 4C hair that is so-called nappy. I don't like to use the word nappy, but but nappy is the word that she was trying to say. Let's be real. And then to kind of like double down on it where she tried to take accountability, but it didn't hit. It just wasn't the flex that you thought it was. And I feel like this should be a learning lesson within the community of Black women. Like putting down somebody's hair texture, hair length, or whatever just to boost yours up is not the flex that you think it is. Especially when we all know that we are oftentimes up against discrimination when it comes to our hair, especially in the workplace. I know California passed the Crown Act. I really do love the fact that when I went to Nigeria a few months ago, it was like the women there were just so happy to be their natural selves. Like it wasn't about the lashes or the lip filler. And when it came to the hair, it was like braids or natural hair, or there were women who wore wigs. There were women who wore Bantu knots. There were even women that had like a full-blown short buzz cut, if you want to call it that. And the pressure to have to be texturist or talk about hair didn't seem as prominent. I'm not saying that it isn't a thing there, but it just didn't seem as prominent or focused. I just kind of feel like for Sexyy Red to have a silk press but then try to like basically rag on girls for having carpet hair is crazy, because you got a full-blown silk press. Like, huh? And we used to see you in a very ratchet red wig that was not the best. Chioma, stop. we ain't even gonna do it. We gonna do it. I'm a 4C girly, and I'm happy to be a 4C girly. I love my hair. I don't always wear it out, but you know, I do love my hair. I do take care of it. It has flourished. It has grown. If you follow me on my other social medias where I'm not always like super done up, you'll see that. And I feel like a lot of these women in the media, they are just literally drinking the Kool-Aid of how to be a bad influence, how to be ignorant, and how to literally be the same people that perpetuate negativities within the whole entire Black community. It's really sad, but I mean, it's Sexyy Red. Am I surprised? Are y'all surprised? Because I am not. So y'all, that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. Please remember that I just dropped my new vlog. I'm finally back vlogging. Some of y'all have been watching me since the vlog, since the story time, since, you know, back when I was doing beauty. So it is really rewarding and humbling that some of y'all are like, yes, the vlogs are back, because you haven't seen my like day-to-day life in a long time. But I do want to make a promise that I will actively post on that channel. So make sure you're subscribed and definitely check the link down below. It is pinned, okay y'all? Go click and go watch my first vlog. Also, if you haven't already, go stream all of my music. Everything is out on all platforms, and I'm dropping my new Afrobeat song basically this month. Are we in July? We are in July. Ooh, it's my birthday month, so y'all are gonna get a lot from me. This is my month. Shout out to all the July babies. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye y'all.
I'll wear you, babe, today. Will you come and free my mind? Come, baby, don't waste no time. So is you down for me? Cause this can really go down tonight. Yeah. Let's go. Ooh, yeah. Let's go. It's Chioma, yeah. Let's go. Chioma, can you talk about something else? What's going on? Went to school, got a degree, I always say it in my song. Nigerian parents raised me by the book. And now look, big stage, heavyweight, money day, business good. Model girls always looking pretty, just like how they should. I know it's haters saying that I started acting Hollywood. This is how you get when you know you finally getting good. And this is how you act when it's people to get out the hood. Yeah. Shout out Team Cheeks, Kim, Murray, Chi, Ray, Nance, Jayda, and Dominique. Sorry I ain't been back, but my talent's an anomaly. And RIP my cousin Mike, I know he would be proud of me. Dislocating elbows, cause now I'm getting out of reach. Tiptoeing to the top and I ain't even try to creep. They like it when I preach, and trust me, baby, I ain't for the weak. Jones acting like me trying to leash, but I just want peace. New school rapper, but my style's really antique. He liking what he see. Yeah, daddy, come and take a seat. Yeah, daddy, come and take a seat with me, QC, cause I might be falling deep.